Right, before we actually get into this video, I just want to give a minute silence and kind of like a little clip montage of the National Basketball Association legend Kobe Bryant. Right, so in today's video, this is actually a follow-up from my previous video where I was discussing whether or not the Championship is better than the Premier League or vice versa. Today, as you can see from the title, we'll be talking about who is most likely to get promoted to the Prem so far. Now, I'm pretty sure this is an exciting time for all football fans who support teams in the Championship. Going into this video, because my knowledge is about as accurate as Harry Kane's free kick in Euro 2016 against Iceland, I had to do a fair bit of research, and the research today is based on the website whoscored.com. Anyway, let's get straight in with Leeds United, a team who have been knocking on the doors of the Premiership for a number of years, and it's actually been memed to death with football fans saying, "I brought a TV to watch the Championship playoffs. Came with a remote, but no Leeds. Just standard footy banter, all well and good." Let's just have a look at the statistics. Why I feel as though Leeds will be promoted. And I prefer to look at facts rather than emotions when it comes to football. As Bugsy Malone says, people like numbers don't. Standout players for me, 34-year-old midfielder Pablo Hernandez, 4 goals, 3 assists in 16 games. Not too bad for a fossil, if you ask me. Jack Harrison, on loan from Man City, and to be honest, he might as well just make a permanent deal at Leeds United because he has just been that good. And to be honest, even though he is still relatively young, he doesn't really have that. There's not really much chance of him actually making it into the first team anytime soon at City. But still, hot run of form at one point, involved in 11 goals so far. Not too bad for the young lad. Liam Cooper, I believe, is the captain, if I'm not mistaken. Must be doing something good to keep the leadership going from the back, from the skipper, to battling out in the top 2. But on a serious note, you have to ask yourself, is their manager Marcelo Bell? Can't pronounce his last name. Manager Marcelo, who doesn't speak a word of English, can he even be trusted to do his weekly shop, let alone promote an English team from one English league to another? Moving on, West Bromwich Albion. Again, a good team, and the statistics with 53 points at the top of the table so far, with Robson Kanu, their standout player, 7 goals in 13 games, considering at one point in Euro 2016, he didn't even have a club. He wasn't even playing for a club. Absolutely incredible stuff. And with players having experience in the top flight, such as Charlie Austin, who played for Southampton, and Kieran Gibbs, who played for Arsenal at one point, saying that he did flop at Arsenal, you can't really go too wrong. And at the time of planning this video, I was watching the highlights of the West Ham vs West Brom match in the FA Cup 4th round, and West Bromwich Albion, they were just so good. They have a lot of possession, press on the ball, but they make it look absolutely effortless. Ended 1-0, but to be honest, it could have been 4 or 5 in Slaven Bilic's return to the London Stadium. Finally, Nottingham Forest. Alright, their form isn't quite like the top 2, but with players like Lewis Graben, 16 goals, 26 games for Forest, impeccable form, absolutely brilliant. Carl Jenkinson, on loan from Arsenal with top tier experience. Saying that, I don't really think he did have much game time in the Premiership for Arsenal. He might have had it in like league games, like I was about to say Carabao, but back then it probably would have been called Carling Cup. So Carling Cup, probably even FA Cup, but still, with that experience, he could very much use it to help Forest get to get to top flight, let's put it that way. And with their goalkeeper on loan from Man City, Muric, however you say his name, he did have the odd game here and there for us. I think one of them was in the FA Cup, either FA Cup or Carabao, before he actually did make his loans. He's actually on his loan spell now to Nottingham Forest. And to be honest, I would have him 100% over Claudio Butterfingers Bravo. But still, you know, I mean, we are only halfway through the season, and he could go from Leeds, West Brom, not Forest, likely for Premiership football, to Swansea, Millwall and Fulham. I suppose that's just the beauty of the Championship, and like I mentioned in my previous video, the Championship seems to have a lot more bang for your buck in terms of value for money and what you'll be getting. But hopefully what I've said has been quite informative, quite enjoyable as well. If you have lasted this long, please give it a like, subscribe, make sure to get your thoughts down in the comment section below if you do actually end up watching this. But until next time, I'll see you in a bizzle.